Witness the power of Gugwa! Whirling snow! Kamisato art!
I have granted you my protection. Do not fear. Seize the moment and use my power to suppress its roots from within.
No, my sword! My apologies! Go as flat! Barbados! Guide us! Higher, higher, dance on fire!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but it was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point.
That power.
Paimon has an idea. It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring... That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk?
The point
Well, being that... So what sort of person is your master? Well...
Oh, right. So you don't know him. His name is Sertologi.
Huh?
I am
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous.
The foul?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetter...
Ooh, that one we've...
Oh, so you do know that name. To be honest, I also heard all of those names and titles from my master. But I suppose you understand now, yes?
Wait! Didn't you also mention a visionary person?
Actually, never mind that. That the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has...
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here! hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry! Hey, lend a hand! Look! The water's receding! It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong! The prophecy was wrong!
Are you alright?
Yeah.
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
When the sun... The soil renewed. The Spina di Rosula tax post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Spina di Rosula. And old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia's skyship winglet, boon or bane of the Fontaine. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that... Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia? They sound like real big shots.
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-up. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home.
Paimon's curious too!
And that's exactly why I'd like you to... Oh, this... Navia!
Oh, it's you. What brings you all here?
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us a large amount of supplies. And our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely. We've lost a lot of people.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not charity we're doing here. We just happen to share the same interest.
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing...
That would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour.
Huh?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson.
The Spina has need of more
Oh, wait, just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few
Forget it.
I see.
Well, if we're talking about doing things for mice,
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in...
How did it go? Was it a good shot?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news. Also, not to brag, but
wow, you really
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of Mer.
whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess too.
That's a...
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me, I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Ridesley will make a
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them.
stay safe now. And tell me.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgia.
Looks like you've been missing it.
Duke! Did you come?
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our...
It's an honor to finally...
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview. I trust you recall our...
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey,
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her...
Sir, please don't say
But it looks like dear Miss...
No, I just...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. The boat that brought about... Still, if I might ask...
Huh. Looks like she...
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I...
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like...
Did you really have to use the word cup? Well, then, to solo...
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. We've seen this Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to...
Ah,
Hey, Miss Sharp...
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at...
same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes. Am I right, Mr. Jurrier? Miss Lorvine?
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun. Not that you would want that.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure you remember, but his 3 young followers are still waiting for his return.
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually...
What change can there be? The fortune as to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave...
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it...
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go.
There'll be...
Maybe. Who knows? All right. Last stop, the docks. Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with
Traveler, Paimon. And Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of you
Trick a friend?
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help you make some more friends?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact?
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist in our magic shows.
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think we can leave underwater escape magic to him too.
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out.
Lynette, could you come over?
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she... Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help. So, what's she...
Oh, I guess you... After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave
A diplomatic gift?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in time. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
That's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking...
I would agree, but I've also heard that...
So there's some reason...
I suspect...
But back to the...
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really didn't...
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui...
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance. Please do not pay my
Are you going to take the gnosis back to...
That is our duty. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision?
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take...
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met, too. And what do you know? I'm doing the exact same... I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own path. All right, then.
Well, guess we sent Charlotte off. Shall we go see what Neville's doing? entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there! So, you really are here, Neuvillette! Paimon didn't think you were going to have...
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you to...
Aw, Paimon's... Alright, let's have it then.
It is...
Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed, but Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontaine.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers... Fontanians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the... But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them... In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontanians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the...
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner...
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have had tangential liability. As for the judgment passed by the orator, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold...
Guess Focalor had Fontanians in mind the whole time. And, hang on a second. Paimon certainly got another... Back when Fontanians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had all...
Life has always flowed like water. Do you recall how Fontanians would often come to the fountain?
Yeah! Lynette said the fountain is where all the water...
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new...
Paimon...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah,
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me, before leaving the Opera House. I related Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the Opera House. Not unlike how an
but she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro...
What about you then?
After Focalor passed on, this matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the youth.
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue. Additionally, the Hydro Archon...
That's true. Wait, but the...
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete
Wow.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right!
Leaving aside their intention, their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, the Oratrice has ceased to function. The Hydro as such, it has lost. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now, and avoid
What complicated considerations? Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said...
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Large numbers of them have entered a form of coexistence with humanity. Natlan is also the nation of war. There is one other the harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the end.
The captain. Sounds like a real tough customer.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will all ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. Paimon, when we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude toward... We guessed that there might be some reason...
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intent. So regarding this specific issue, I was just...
Linny?
In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over...
What next?
The all-devouring no- I can finally catch the scent of your power. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons. But with something very I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know what you speak of.
You should have the remains of the third descender on-
Remains? I've never heard of...
According to-
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner...
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young. And I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense. Which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disaster. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once...
What do you mean by...
No need to fret. These are just my... personal
This third...
Master never mentioned them to me. If you're interested, though.
Next time, you believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I?
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove...
The remains of the third... So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they looked like chess...
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be put... I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element-compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Like, No, let's not think about this stuff. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and... That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. Once Child recovers, let's get some more answers out of him.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. The same is true.
All right. Whatever the case, it seems like the crisis here in...
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those years as a human. Was that really what she wanted?
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrops. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
Whirling snow!